And we're staying with our coverage of the 79th United Nations General Assembly. Vice President Kashim Shettima has emphasized the important role Africa plays in the production of batteries with the abundant mineral resources available in the continent. He raised the desire of Africa to localize the mineral value chain from extraction to processes and sales at the high-level meeting of the Africa Mineral Strategy Group on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in New York. Moyo Thomas has the details.
Africa, with 92% of global reserve of platinum, 56% of cobalt, 54% of manganese and 36% of chromium, has enough to be a major player in the manufacturing of batteries, as those are the resources needed to produce lithium batteries. This is also very important now, considering the shift to electric cars and green energy. With this high demand for mineral resources, Vice President Shettima says Africa will no longer allow trade injustice.
The raw materials are extracted from our countries, exported, refined, and sold to us as finished products at higher prices, merely consolidates the foundations of our military and pushes us further down the depths of underdevelopment.
The latest Human Development Report of the UN Development Program, that's UNDP, reported that recovery from the 2021 COVID years made great progress in the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development countries. Still, this progress left behind 51% of the poorest countries with 328 million people. The report put the number of people who need humanitarian assistance in 2024 at about 300 million. Poverty worsened for the first time in 2 decades.
The Minister for Solid Minerals says that moving from commercialization to industrialization is a way to expand the capital formation of the mineral sector, increase employment, provide opportunities for skills acquisition, and facilitate acquisition of finished goods for local consumption and exports. The minister therefore calls on other African countries to join the 16 that has already accepted the proposal or signed the charter in order to collectively present a united and common front for the protection and maximization of the African resources.
President Bola Tinubu says it has adopted the principle of local value addition, a strategy that aims to attract producers and manufacturers of lithium batteries into the country. He says it is also in talks with other companies in order to create more jobs and a turnaround of the economy. Moyo Thomas, TVC News, New York.
And back here in Nigeria, the National Orientation Agency is asking communities living close to the River Niger in Delta to relocate to safer places as the river continues to rise due to the release of water from the Lagdo Dam. Director of Planning, Research and Strategy, Nuru Kobi, visited Oko Amakom community in Oshimili South local government area where he warned of imminent flood. Ike Namichi has the details.
More than 10 days ago, the Cameroonian government began the release of excess water from the Lagdo Dam, causing increase in the volume of water of River Benue, which may likely lead to flooding of the areas close to reeds. According to the Nigerian Hydrological Services Agency, 11 states will be impacted. Officials of the National Orientation Agency, in continuation of its sensitization efforts, are here in Oko community to ask them to relocate immediately.
We want to make sure that our people are aware that there is likely going to be flooding, and they are in state of preparedness. Those who are living within the riverbank should quickly move to the highland areas, and many of them, you see, are farmers. They have already cultivated their farm, they have put their yams, so they should get prepared to pack them on a safer side so that there will be no catastrophe that will go away with the lives of the community members as well as their food reserve, so that we will not have food shortage in the country. So we are preparing them now. You have heard from them. We are happy that wherever we go, they welcome and promise that they are going to pass the message
earlier the better. Don't wait till the flood has overwhelmed you before you now start packing out. This is the time to move. NEMA has given the signals, and we are telling the people that they should move from these areas that they will be affected by the flood.
For the community leaders, it is a welcome development as they promise to adhere to the warning. They also promise to inform other members of the community of the impending flood to avoid losses.
The elders and the youth will help to canvass this information to others so that we know what is coming. Because if we do not advise them, bad thing will happen and the people are going to incur some damages. So that is the reason our people, the youth, will help to go and tell people that live in other communities and camps for them to get prepared.
Certainly, this precautionary measure will help reduce the negative impact of the flood. Ikedna Amechi, TVC News, Oko, Delta State.
The Joint National Congress has called on government and relative stakeholders to be proactive on disaster management, especially flooding, which has sacked a lot of residents where Ijaw people live in most parts of the country. They made this appeal at the inauguration of new set of leaders for the Lagos chapter of the Congress held in Lagdo. The leadership of the Congress raised concerns of marginalization, which has been an issue for years, as a call for inclusion at both the federal and state government, while insisting on addressing human capacity developmental issues to solve the problems of the Ijaw people.
Coming together to ensure that we fight for the rights and for the welfare of our people. Currently, as I speak with you, our people in Lagos, those of them that are living in those Makoko area and what have you, they have been dislodged from that place, and we are finding it very difficult to, bring them together in order for them to have a fresh and new livelihood. So these are some of the challenges that we are having.
It is now we are fully marginalized, despite providing the resources that manage this country. So we're not treated well, and we continue to resist on this until we get the right thing done.
As we speak now, the flood is threatening us. As we speak right now, we are talking of economy, it is going bad, and so many other things. The flood is just there and is threatening our people. We don't have good drainage, we don't have the money to do it, and so many other things. For a people that have it all to take care of themselves, we cannot take care of ourselves. What we have is being taken away every day, every minute, and we keep on crying.
To intensify on development projects to alleviate the suffering of the people. Environmental needs are there, human capacity building needs are there. These are the things that the government would do to the region to foster peace. And that peace will facilitate development not only to the Niger Delta, but to Nigeria in general.